All right, here we go. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meow, meow, meow. Hello. Welcome to Two Birds, One Brain podcast with me, the Curious Alice, and my co-host, it's Jessica Wu. Hi, good morning. How are you?
Hello. Good morning.
I feel like this is the first time we've talked to each other, like, all week. So
Yes.
This is about to be kind of a shit show. I already know.
You should expect a shit show every time, people. Oh, your lights got like, your lights just did the thing. They're fluorescing. I can see them. Your wall lights changed to something changed.
God. I am so sorry. I can unplug them if that's distracting for you.
I mean, I probably will look at them and not you. Let's be honest.
That's okay. And no offense, I don't look at you, I look at me because I have a problem.
It's
so
true.
Everything's fine.
I do both.
No worries.
We're off to a great start.
We're off to a great start. So the Lunar New Year is this week,
Mm-hmm.
and I know we just did a New Year episode with wishful thinking, but I thought it would be fun to go over Jessica and I's zodiacs and star signs and, you know, the handful of all those things that are like who you're supposed to be based on arbitrary reasoning. And, you know, shout out to the girlies that are really into it. I don't believe in this.
They know more than me, and you know what? I don't know. Do they know? I don't know.
I
You
don't
go
think
off,
that
sis.
these things...
That's it.
I don't think these things influence me.
I think they're
but
fun.
It is... I think it's funny how accurate mine is. The fact that
Yes.
I don't believe in it and that I read it and I'm like, God fucking damn it, they got me again.
But I feel like some
So
of them
it's funny.
is overlapping because it's like, I look at some of the things and I'm like, you could say that about anybody. Like 80% of the population would agree with this statement. That's why it's like,
that's why I like
know.
to look at the ones that really get to the nitty gritty because I feel like sometimes I'm like, it's scary how accurate mine can be, but I also feel like I'm very aware of myself. So when they say things and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely like that. And then I read it to somebody else and they're like, oh, I don't feel that way. And I'm like, okay, so maybe it is more accurate than I thought it was.
I know that both of us are some bitches who love to overanalyze our personality.
Oh, for sure.
If there's a quiz.
I've taken so many quizzes.
What kind of donut are we? That's exactly what I'm saying. I will spend, or would have, you know, back in the heyday of blog things and Quizilla and all those, would spend hours just listening to music, looking at an iTunes visualizer and finding out like what type of potato I am. If I'm a member of the Spice Girls, which one am I? What color is my aura? Even though that I'm 13 and I don't think that means anything. I want to know what it is. What's my stripper name? And it's just the random name generator. I don't give a fuck.
I spent so much time on Quizilla, like an ungodly amount of time on that website.
Yeah, so this is just another way to overanalyze who we are as human beings. And I love that shit. If there's a test, I'm going to take it. We took the autism test together.
We did take the autism test together.
I've taken those... the Myers-Briggs tests multiple times.
What's the other one? There's Myers-Briggs, then there's the one that's like 1 through 9.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever taken
What's that one called?
I need to take it.
And it's like, I'm like a 4.
I need to take it right now.
You're only supposed to be 1, but I'm like a 4, but sometimes I'm a 7.
No, I don't know that.
So to be fair, I think the issue is that that test is supposed to only provide you with like your personality, like one personality trait that you're supposed to relate to, like one number.
Gotcha.
But the problem is that I have myself and then I have my masking self.
Oh yeah.
So
no, it's
I
different.
feel like they didn't take into account people who would have 2 different personalities based on who they are by themselves and who they are in public, because I am in fact 2 different people.
There is, I wish I remembered what it was called because it was one of the like stupidest experiences of my life. But it's also funny because I would have enjoyed it if it wasn't a forced like work interaction. But my last place of work paid for this personality test thing that everybody had to do. And we had to go, you know, like for an hour in the middle of the day and sit in the conference room and listen to one of the HR ladies talk to us about this kind of shit. And then, you know, put us in boxes after we took the test. And I would have enjoyed it if it wasn't a forced work thing. Because then also I feel like I probably didn't answer things. I don't know if I answered things fully correctly.
Yeah, I'm not always super, because I feel like I can be wishy-washy on some of them. Like when I had to take Myers-Briggs in college when I did sociology, and then I took it again when I worked at Disney because, which I think is a good thing. I think you should take it at least once, even though it's
doing it.
Kind of, it has roots in like some weird stuff, but like, you know, it helps you understand what your possible strengths and weaknesses are, so you can be aware of them. Because I feel like mine's fairly accurate.
Have we mentioned this on thing before? What we are, like last time we took it?
I think we've mentioned it briefly, but I don't think we actually talked about it. I am an ENFP, which is, and I took the one in college where it was like how much you are of each letter.
Yeah.
So like as an extrovert, I was right on the line between extrovert and introvert. Yeah. And then as I went down the letters, I gradually got more and more into that letter. So my P, which is perceiving, which is like how I take in information. Yeah. Is like 95%. Like I observe more than I like feel the need to touch it or taste it or feel it, which is weird because I feel like I think that's that one.
I don't remember.
It's how I make judgment calls.
Because the other one's J.
Lots of clues.
Because I'm INTJ.
Yeah.
And then the extra little letter, turbulent. Bitch is very turbulent.
I think I'm the other one.
Yeah. We're opposites on everything except for the N.
Well, and what's interesting is when I look at my friends, like the people that I'm the closest with in my life, almost every single one of them is INTJ. Almost every single one of them. And I think it's just because of the way those two personalities interact.
Yeah. No, we fit.
Yeah. Like my best friend is, when we took it initially, she was INTJ. My friend Katarina is also INTJ. You are.
Yeah. And again, it's changed a couple times.
I like introverts.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Because I'm pretty sure it was INTJ. It's whatever the logician was. Very logically thinking. Very in my own brain over here.
The thing is that test also doesn't take into account having, like, mental stuff. So it's like, I'm fitting into a category, but also I have a list of other things that affect me.
So listen, we love putting ourselves in boxes. Zodiac.
Yeah. So I can't wait to do this incredibly arbitrary, I was born under a set of stars and now this is my personality. But the funny thing is that as I read this, people who know me and who have like watched me stream and have listened to the podcast are going to be like, yep, this checks out. And I'm going to be like, I know, I don't believe in it, but it's embarrassing because it is accurate.
Well, it's like, I feel like also, again, we haven't even said what we are. People, do you want to take 5 seconds to try to guess what we are before we say it? Think about it. Put an answer in your brain. What star signs are Jessica and Alice? We already told you our Myers-Briggs and shit, but I am a Cancer. Cancers get a very bad rap, I feel like. Cancers are usually shown as being crybabies. That's the biggest thing. Cancer is a crybaby. On any of the lists that are like the 10 best or worst signs to whatever, Cancer's like always at the bottom. Except when they're talking about a loving partner, because God damn it, I love too hard. Cancer is very emotional.
Did I send you, or did you send me that TikTok that was like describing what a Cancer is? And it's like, it's like the worst sign in the zodiac, and then it was like, okay, well, like,
yeah, do we have anything?
Like, what's our
symbol?
Stars thing? Yeah, and then it's like, oh,
it's
you're like
69.
Yeah, it's that one. And then he's like, okay, well, what's our animal? Like, you're a crab. I have crabs.
Crabs? Yeah. And then it's like,
that killed me.
Okay, well, what are we called? Cancer. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. I did enjoy that one.
Literally, that our sign is a fucking 69, the little symbol. You can't get tattoos or anything like that. It's a 69.
I know. It's like, they didn't even think that through for y'all. They really didn't think of the social implications 2,000 years later for y'all at all. So I would like to...
You still didn't say what you are. She's an Aries.
Well, I was going to get to it. My God, you can't just let me get there?
No.
What the hell?
I was worried we were tangenting. I had to be proactive.
Well, I was going to read one of your descriptions for Cancer.
Analyze me, baby.
The crab is related to the crab in Greek mythology that pinched Hercules while he was fighting the Hydra and then got crushed by Hercules. The crab was rewarded by being Hercules' enemy, Hera. Hera placed the crab in the sky for disrupting Hercules' fight with Hydra.
Okay.
With the Hydra. So you're kind of a crusty little bitch.
Yeah, powerful bitch used me as a little minion and then put me on a pedestal. Okay.
I like that. You know, it's these are like the things that I enjoy where it's like, why did it come into happenstance?
I'm a follower, not a leader. Some powerful bitch tells me to pinch some boy and ruin a fight. Sure. You got it, baby.
Mine is the ram, which is representation of the Egyptian god Ammon, which is Ammon, I believe, is the pharaoh-esque god, if I remember correctly. Like, that's the one.
I don't remember.
It's Ra and Ammon are like two parts of a whole.
The name I remember, but
yeah, it's like a weird. It's like they're the same, but also one's the son and one's the father. Like one of those situations.
Ra was the son, right? I feel like all of my trauma, unfortunately, pushed my Egyptology obsession out of my brain. That box had to go. We made room. And she left.
No worries. It's also referencing the Golden Fleece from the story of Jason and the Argonauts. But there's a lot of Greek names in here that I'm just not gonna bother to read. But it's related to that story, and that's why it's in the stars. It's in the stars.
Neat. Written in the stars.
That did not have enough information on it for me. But
yeah, well, that told you kind of how, but not why.
That was interesting. I didn't actually know the reasons behind this, why the star signs were selected.
Is this why Hercules is my favorite, like, Disney movie?
Hey, well, he did step on you, so maybe not.
That wasn't in the movie, though. Little crab me is like, ha.
Listen, you're tangenting. Let me get on my point here.
I'm sorry.
So right before we started recording, I was looking up our astrological charts, and I learned from Jessica that apparently it changes your chart every 4 minutes.
Only because that's what it says.
Couldn't remember if I was born at 5:11 a.m. or 5:12. So now I have both pulled up to make up for it because I don't actually remember which minute I was born on, but it is enough to change my chart. So I'm going to scroll through that. Jessica, would you like to dive into yours?
Well, I don't know which ones are the important ones, you know, because there's so many words and symbols on this screen. There's a lot that's happening.
So my ascendant is Aquarius.
Yeah, I know like sun, moon, and ascendant are important. I've seen people say Venus is important because I think that has to do with like relationships, and that's what everybody's obsessed with, you know. My ascendant is Leo. But that also, okay, I don't want to get there yet. Hold on, slow down, Jessica. Slow down, Jessica.
Slow down. Okay, so I was confused. So it's sun, moon, and rising. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, those are,
Sun,
and then
moon,
I've seen people talk about Venus. Well, and I tried to understand and look it up a little bit because again, we are not astrology girlies, but it's literally making a map of the sky when you were born. So where the constellations are, where the planets are. So
it's like taking a snapshot of what the sky looks like.
It's a sky map, basically.
I would like to read you my Aquarius ascendant. Are you ready?
The whole thing?
Well, just this chunk. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Often turned to for advice, these natives possess intellectual poise and savvy. They often are curious, quite learned in both science and metaphysics.
Shit.
Anything that involves advancements of human race holds much appeal. They're out here calling my ass out. Are you kidding me?
I mean, I read through some of my stuff yesterday and I was like, bitch, if that ain't me.
They often enjoy shocking others. Boy, if I don't say jokes just to get a rise out of people.
It's true. You constantly, frequently say something just so you could see what I do on stream or when we're talking to each other.
Calling my ass out.
I mean, that makes sense though, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the Aries energy always anyway is considered chaotic. Like if we were memes, and I know people do this anyway, like there's those, I send you things from those Instagram accounts I follow all the time because I just think they're so funny.
So funny.
The drunk astrology, bitch rising, Zodiac's tea, I think is the other one. But like where they meme out specific zodiac sign stuff. But I feel like you are Elmo Fire. I would be that cat that looks like it's crying, but it has its thumbs up anyway. That's a Cancer.
Oh my God, Jessica, I'm reading more of this and it's just like, I ain't had an original thought in my life compared to this star chart right now. Oh my God. They are often feel like they're on the outside looking in, and their ability to observe and deduce is often uncanny. They are adept at getting things to work and figuring out puzzles. Is that not one of my favorite things to do?
It's true. It's true.
God. They're fucking calling me out.
I'm reading through the my Leo ascendant. It does say Leo rising people cannot help but be noticed because they radiate a special energy and magnetism that gets others' attention, whether I want to or not. Other times it's due to a regal manner that demands interest from others. But it also says we are self-aware and body-conscious, acutely aware of others and how we come across, and aware of my personal backdrop, considering the people they're with, the environments they're in, what that does to their own image, which is me if I'm not worried about everything all the fucking time.
Oh my God, dude.
All the time.
They're just calling
Even though it does say many Leo rising people are managers, either by profession or character, which I don't feel like I have that.
Mine does say sets them apart as managers and team leaders.
Which, I mean, I've been the leader of, like, a team or two in my job, but I never wanted to be a manager. I mean, that's different, I guess.
Well, and they don't, sometimes you read these and they don't want to say negative things, but it's like, I want to read the negative things too. That's what I want to know because I want to know the things I need to work on.
I mean, this one is straight up often telling me too, feel as if they're on stage, even if they're in the privacy of their own homes. I always feel like I'm being perceived.
Yeah.
Rash decisions, temper tantrums, and excesses. The desire to oversee the goings-on in their circle can sometimes amount to bossiness, which is...
There you go.
It's true.
There you go.
You played Stardew Valley with me. You know how I wanted to control
I just let her go and let her tell me what to do.
Everything.
Mine, let's see.
Oh, how dare they call me out like this in the second paragraph.
I know. It comes for you, man. My bad things paragraph is... they may seem like they're open to lots of new ideas, so it may surprise you when they're decidedly stubborn. How fucking dare they?
How dare? Drama comes naturally to these natives. In fact, some are so caught up in fiction, they're a little blind to fact.
Oh, no! God, they're coming for you.
How fucking dare they?
Oh my God. Here it says, I can be resistant to change if I don't believe it follows my general progressive nature. If I think the change that is happening is not progressive, I do not like it.
Broski. There's a lot of words after that. But anyway.
There's a lot of words after that.
There's a lot of words after that.
He's like, I can't do that, thanks.
Self-aware and optimistic. Eye for quality. They want to make things happen. Create a stir. Do I? I really would rather not be perceived. It's more the thing they said earlier where it's like I am constantly aware of how everybody else is perceiving me, even if I'm by myself.
You're like, this is too much perception. I have to go.
Sometimes if I go to sleep, here's the thing. Okay, if I go to sleep, like lay down for the night, it's nighttime. Even if it's like 1, 2 in the morning, nobody else is probably awake. If I have to get up, like if I'm hungry or something, if I stayed up too late, I don't want to get up and go downstairs. I don't want to turn on lights. I don't want to walk past my windows because people might know where I am in my house. If there's anybody awake
this is where your paranoid comes in.
That's my anxiety. But it's also true. I'm like, nope, I can't turn on lights to go to the kitchen. Somebody's going to know where I am in my house. If anybody's looking, they know. There's a person in there.
Oh, God. I finally got my sun stuff to pull up.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I just fucked it up. It's fine. I got it.
Because we can go back to sun and moon. Those are the other important ones.
Yeah, I'm reading through the Aries one really quickly. It says, the body comes first with Aries sun, and people are often natural athletes.
You're an Aries sun. Oh, the sun is your main one. Oh.
Yeah. What's funny is that it's saying I'm a natural athlete is that I myself believe that I was born to, as I like to say, hoist logs and haul coal. Like, I was built to be muscular, and I just never work out. So me joining CrossFit and then caring about my naturally athletic body, just boom, they got me right off the fucking gate. Like,
this one is really gonna call me out because, again, cancers are not ever written well. The base thing is that we are emotional, and not thick-skinned is mostly what it is. Strong survival instinct, protective of those they care about and themselves too, often quite reticent about sharing their inner selves to the rest of the world and are caught up in reminiscence. Reputation for moodiness, although this trait is most evident when the moon is in Cancer, which it is. I have both.
Somebody sent up a prayer for me.
I have both.
I do think that my Aries sun conflicts because a lot of the like general idea of Aries is that they're just like bullheaded
Ah.
and like to like basically like run into fires and do crazy shit. And it's like I feel like at my core I have a lot of Aries energy, but my actual persona is not, because I do have a lot of anxiety. My ADHD makes it really hard.
Well, that
for me
is
to, like,
what changes things, I think.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like I always thought that like Aries is confident, is like good at holding people's attention, good with like jokes, and you know, with a smattering of chaos gremlin energy. Like that's always the main thing I see is a little bit of Elmo fire, a little bit of chaos,
A little bit Elmo fire.
Elmo fire.
Yeah. I do like that it says the quieter ones are brave and plucky.
There you go.
Cute.
I love the word plucky. That is such a great descriptor.
You're right, I am plucky.
Plucky's good. Yeah, my Cancer is a sensitive sign, and they don't always appreciate it when you are blunt with them. Their reactions to hurt will depend on how thick a shell they have developed. Most Cancers react by withdrawing or retreating. Some have developed an ability to manipulate others to get what they want. They avoid direct confrontations almost as a rule.
Oh, God.
I
just got down to my moon.
It does say we're one of the most hospitable signs of the zodiac. Sure, they can be touchy and indirect, but they are also very dependable and caring souls.
You like to host parties with themes.
Well, I do, but I don't.
I feel like that's in your hospitality vibe.
I do, but I don't. This is more, I think, of the something mental going on, is like, if I'm going to host a party, I want a theme so that I have goals. I have a checklist of things that we can do. You know, I have things. I have stuff.
I did want to ask you what your moon is.
Cancer. They're both Cancer. I'm double.
All the way through?
Sun and moon is Cancer. Not all the way. I mean, it's just those
My
two.
moon is Gemini.
Yeah, my moon is also Cancer. Which again, according to this, I'm a moody bitch.
Oh my God.
I got both. God. Yeah.
I can agree with that. I'm reading through my moon as a Gemini, and some of it's accurate and some of it I'm just like, no. Because...
Can we back up a minute? Did you notice?
Yeah.
In the under the sun thing, do you have a thing that says possible issues?
What?
That just is frankly calling you out if you look under your sun thing. So I have my little paragraphs, and then it says short description, and then it says possible issues. And it's just...
No.
You're straight up drag me right now. Yours doesn't have an issues section?
Well, I have a paragraph that says impatience is a definite vice.
No, I have two paragraphs, and then I have a short description, colon, and it says a little description, which is fine. And then underneath that, I have a little sentence that says possible issues, colon. She is humble, timid, changeable, indecisive, lazy, or oversensitive, easily influenced by the family, and sometimes manipulative.
Oh, shit. They really came for you.
They came for me. I have
mine doesn't have that.
A whole con section, and you don't. Oh my God.
I mean, I do have... Basically, the part that's describing, like, my flaws as an Aries is just my ADHD. You start stuff, you don't finish it.
Yeah.
You like to start new things and do this, but you don't finish it. Your house might be a work in progress.
Yeah.
Stop calling my ass out about how dirty my house is.
God damn it. That's why I was like, hold on a minute. Are we not going to talk about the possible issues?
Yeah. No, I didn't have that. But that's super funny.
Does my moon have that too? Like... My moon has that also.
Oh, interesting.
It has issues.
Mine... I have a when irritable, you become quite snappy. Your moodiness is complicated. Usually behavior stems from inner restlessness. Yeah, that's fairly accurate.
Yeah.
I also, does it have on here, I hate when I'm late and that makes me really angry? Because that's a huge one.
Girl, I'm late all the time.
I cannot be late. It makes me want to die.
Because it's also even, it's like I will leave I try to leave at the perfect time and then usually that doesn't work. That's the main thing. And then I hit traffic and then I'm actually late. Because I hate being early. I don't like to sit in my car. And then sometimes I sit in my car too long and then I'm late because I waited and got distracted.
Can't take you anywhere.
You can't. Literally can't. Anyway, moon.
Yeah.
Mine says, this is the most subjective position of the moon. The moon is at home in the sign of Cancer, as the moon is the natural ruler of the sign. Which I guess makes sense. Water, moon, ocean, Cancer, kind of one of those. Large potential to get in touch with feelings and moods of others. Wrapped up in themselves, their memories of the past are outstanding, especially for all things emotional. This is true. Devoted to accommodating. Ugh, people please much? Jesus Christ.
They're just like, yeah, so Jessica, Jessica, yep,
yeah,
Jessica, yep.
It's true. Because of their strong attachment to and memory of the past, others may complain that Moon and Cancer natives tend to beat a dead horse. They may dwell on hurts long after everyone else has moved on. I mean, this is also true. I hold on to shit. Like, I can hold a grudge like nobody's business.
Coming for you, babe.
They use roundabout ways to get your attention. This is true. That's how I got Richard.
Oh my god.
I made a fake Facebook post that said I was going to sleep, but I couldn't go to sleep. And then he texted me and it worked.
Wow. What? You're horrible.
I am manipulative. I know it.
Oh my
I
god.
know it. Victims of habit, hard time compartmentalizing their lives. Because their watery moon, I don't like that phrase, tends to know no boundaries. My watery moon is all over the place.
I don't think I like that description either.
May act irrationally. Loony sense of humor can be extraordinarily funny. Their moodiness can baffle others.
Nah, you don't baffle me.
Give them security and you'll take the crabbiness out of the crab, at least for a while.
I feel like your star sign is going to be more accurate for you, and my more accurate one's going to be my Chinese zodiac.
Yeah. I mean,
it's
one of those
that's
things...
going to change up here.
I hate it, but I know I'm moody and emotional. Also, I know this. It's the crybaby part that I don't like to be labeled as. I'm not a crybaby unless I'm in confrontation Jessica, and you yell at me.
Jessica, we had an entire episode about crying together.
I have not yet posted a TikTok of myself crying. I don't think I will, but so at least I'm not that kind of crybaby.
I have watched so many movies with you where we both get to the end and are like,
I know. But I don't think that's not what it means, I think. I don't know.
Yes, it does. Don't try to talk your way out of it. You're a crybaby just like me.
I got mood swings, but you know
Jessica,
what?
Grow up.
Make a friend of a moon in Cancer and you'll be taken care of for life.
I'm moving on. I'm moving on to the Chinese zodiac.
You didn't want to talk about your Aries moon?
I did.
You did?
It was a Gemini.
Yeah, but did you say anything else or did I just take over?
No, you just took over. It's fine.
No, but say yours.
I've already closed it. I'm moving on.
Oh my god. How dare. It's just because I got called out.
Yeah. My main one is I want to know what my Aries and its incredibly accurateness of Aries. And You're the Rat is about to expose me.
There we go.
In a really fun way.
Let's go.
I would like to read for you the description of the Year of the Rat.
Okay.
It is the first of all the zodiac animals. We are the beginning of, like, the calendar cycle.
Yeah.
According to one myth, the Jade Emperor said the order would be decided by the order in which they arrived to his party. The rat tricked the ox by giving him a ride, and then when they arrived at the front of the line, or at the finish line, the rat jumped down, landing ahead of the ox, becoming first.
I've heard this before.
And if that doesn't fucking describe me as a person, I get to be first? And I get to trick someone else?
You had a free ride, and then you were like, nah, just kidding, bitch, I win.
Yeah.
My God.
So, rats are known for being clever, quick thinkers, successful, but content with living a quiet and peaceful life. Which I feel like is fairly true to how I like to be. So they also have the element that you are, which I didn't understand how the element was assigned to you, but I realize now it has to do with what number your year ends in.
Oh, yeah,
so,
I remember that.
I'm a 96, so 96, 97 have the same element, which is fire. Which is funny, because I'm an Aries, which is a fire sign. So that all wraps up beautifully.
Very nice.
But fire rats have high IQs and EQs. I don't know what an EQ is.
I think that's emotional instead of intellectual.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean?
Shit. They are average during youth. Very accurate. Develop well in the Middle Ages and have great fortune later in life. So we're about to pop off, kids.
I thought Middle Ages? We went medieval for a second.
It says develop well in the Middle Ages.
I know. Now I know what it means, but my brain was like the Middle Ages. Why did we go
actually, I'm going to go back in time.
Yeah, we went from childhood to all of a sudden, like, Camelot bullshit. And now we back.
Okay, so here's the part where they're trying to people please to their society standard, which is women born in the year of the rat are the traditional women who love keeping things organized and place great value on family. I'm neither of those things.
Yeah.
Everything is taken care of by them and there is no need for their husbands to worry. And that is not true. And that will never hold true. How fucking dare they?
That got me. What the fuck?
Also, very funny, here it comes. Jessica is Year of the Horse.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't like. I'm not a horse girl.
Oh, you know what's so fucking funny? You never read Fruits Basket. You don't know anything about Fruits Basket, but the Year of the Horse is represented by a goth girl in Fruits Basket.
I'm cool with that.
I just realized.
I'm cool with that.
She's a gothy bitch. And
hell yeah.
That's super funny.
That's what I wish it could be.
I am least compatible with horse, goat, and rabbit.
But that
we don't get along, Jessica.
Romantically or friend-wise? Because, I mean...
It just says that we just clash strongly because of... no matter what the rat does, it won't be enough for the horse. Oh, I'm not good enough for you.
It's because I need so much emotional attention. This last week, while you had family or friends in town...
Jessica's like,
struggling.
Need. That's so funny. Let's see. My lucky colors are blue, gold, and green. Blue is accurate. That's my favorite color. Yeah. My lucky numbers are 2 and 3. I would say that's accurate. My flower is lily, African violet,
lilies.
And valley lily. I do love a lily.
Lilies are my favorite flowers.
Let's see. Careers for rats. Creative jobs. However, if they are on a team, the creative outlet may be blocked. I don't necessarily agree with that because I like to bounce ideas off people.
Yeah, that doesn't track.
I also have fit for technical work such as engineering or architecture. I did really like doing mechanical maintenance on stuff. I feel
like your job now is half there again anyway. Like,
yeah,
you know, it's. I feel like it's in the realm
do
of
technical work,
engineering and stuff. You're doing pipe stuff.
See here, now they're understanding. Now the rat is really hearing me, which is they would be unsuitable for entrepreneurs or leadership in political positions because of a lack of courage. Now, I feel like that's, I would toe that a little bit, but they should be careful not to invest with a close friend.
Oh, no. Are we not allowed to podcast?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Something horrible is happening. Oh no! How did they know? Since childhood, rats have had frail health. I literally call myself a Victorian sick child.
That's what I was going to say. Sick Victorian child up in here.
That's so funny. They have energetic personalities, but tire quickly. Yes. Catch colds often. Yes. But thankfully do not get serious illnesses. I literally had COVID last year.
So did most of the population, but you know what?
Except for me. To changes in temperature, not only is the cold weather unbearable, but they can't stand hot weather.
But I feel like a lot of these things, some of these things could be said for many people. That's where I get into zodiac stuff that's like,
But cold weather is unbearable. I don't like being in super hot weather in Florida, but I would rather be here than in the cold.
I agree. I'd rather be hot than cold. I used to think the other way around, but... No.
Rats can eat anything.
No, you can't. You can't eat garlic.
Shut up. Why would you say that to me?
Because it's true.
Unbelievable.
Bitch can't eat garlic. I'm so sad for you. Also, I'm so sorry. Like, that is one of the saddest things ever.
God, it just comes right for my fucking neck.
I love garlic so much.
Okay, here we go. Here's my 2023 prediction.
Okay.
It's going to be a polarizing year for the rat.
Oh, shit.
Essentially, one will cause no end of trouble, minor illnesses, or even temporary disasters for the rat.
Oop.
I'm going to have a troubling year is what I'm hearing.
Oh, no. Girl.
Making rash decisions is a huge no-no. Well, I've been wanting to get a tattoo, so...
You got one already. Just maybe think on it. Give it some time for the next one.
Well, here's the thing. I can't get another one until after our trip because I don't want to have an open wound for when I'm in foreign oceans.
It's definitely true. You got to think that shit through. I had to think about that when I was a zookeeper, too, and I was like, if I get a tattoo, I have to be the ultimate clean person. I can't do anything. Being around animals, shit.
Oh my god, there's so much information here. Anyway, that's most of mine.
Yeah. I am a metal horse. I do know that. Which sounds pretty fucking neat.
So the reason why you were 7th in line to the party, to the Jade Emperor Palace,
makes
is
sense.
The horse had to pass a cemetery on his way, but he was too scared. He hesitated for long enough time because running past it with his eyes closed. After he overcame the obstacle, he went full speed and managed to arrive 7th. Bitch, you said you don't like being a horse, but that's some you shit.
I used to hold my breath when we passed cemeteries, but that was because I was obsessed with the whole, like...
That was a superstition.
Things that you could wish on. Because I heard once it was like, yeah, if you hold your breath when you pass a cemetery, like, you can make a wish. I used to wish on all the clock numbers, man. Yeah, pointless.
Oh, God.
Utterly pointless.
Oh, God. Oh, and that's the end of the similarities already. Are you ready?
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's get it.
Horses are full of energy. I'll bet a bit too much.
No.
Both studious and athletic, they are strong believers of chasing after dreams.
I was studious and athletic. I chased dreams for a bit. Then it blew up in my face.
Okay. See, it's all about perspective. Rather than wealth and fame, happiness is what motivates them.
Yep.
I would say that's fairly true for you. They expect others to operate at the same speed as them and don't understand why others can't. I don't think that's true. I think you're very understanding for why things get wibbly wobbly.
In a work environment, though, like if we're talking about when I was a zookeeper, and if people on my team were not doing the same amount of work or couldn't get shit done the same like way, the best of their ability, I was furious.
That's
absolutely fair. Furious.
I think this is your other contradicting moment, which is they are short tempers and become angry quickly, but once it's over, they forget quickly.
Oh, I don't forget quickly. I get angry quickly, but I do not forget quickly.
Yeah.
Definitely
Their biggest fault is that they are blind to their own faults.
That's not true.
You're so incredibly aware of yourself. It's almost gross.
I know everything wrong I've ever done in my life.
All right, here's the metal horse description.
Okay.
These horses are kind and positive. They are too straightforward and blunt at times, hurting others without realizing. They place great value on love and need a partner that can tolerate their faults.
This is true.
Okay. All right, I'll let you... There you go.
That's true. No, that's true.
Okay, here you go. Here's women born in the year of the horse.
Okay.
They are beautiful and give off a refreshing aura. That is very true.
Do I? I feel like a gremlin most of the time.
No, you are beautiful and you give off a refreshing aura.
Okay.
They are gentle ponies. Other times they can become wild stallions.
I don't like this imagery at all. No. No, ma'am. No,
That's
ma'am.
So funny.
I hate it.
Regardless.
Yep.
They are impressive and good at what they do.
Okay.
Very true. Motivation and help from others aren't important as long as they're doing what they like, they will succeed.
Okay. I mean, that's one of those things half the time I would have preferred to do a routine by myself because I know I can fucking do it. And I can get it done well.
All right, here's your closing statement.
Okay.
They can be chatterboxes and have a clear division between like and dislike. However, They are usually indecisive.
Yes.
Rather than having a clear plan, they leave things to fate.
Also, yeah, that's fair. I feel like that's true. I mean, I like to have a plan, but sometimes I have a plan and then I don't do the plan, and then let's see what happens.
Jessica, horses and rats have clashing personalities. They are least compatible, and their marriage will be painful.
Well, good thing we're not getting married.
Is this friendship not a marriage to you? Oh, that's so funny.
Well,
all right. Are you ready for your colors?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about colors and numbers and shit. Gimme.
Green,
okay.
Red, and purple.
See, the issue is, we're talking about, like, true colors?
They're, like, lucky colors, so, like, if you wear them
if
or
it's a true green,
them.
it's a true red, it's a true...
I'm assuming. So. I think it can be shades of
any
those
shades?
Things.
Okay. Because we've talked about this, I think, before, just the two of us. I'm a fall colors bitch. Maroon, I do love a deep plum, and forest green are, like, the best fall colors, though, in my opinion.
I would argue those are your colors.
Yeah, I love those. That's actually probably most of the clothing that I have.
She says as she's wearing a blue shirt.
This is a sleep shirt. This doesn't count. It's got pusheen on it.
You're wearing my lucky color.
Yeah.
Because you're my lucky girl.
Oh my god.
Your lucky numbers are 3, 4, and 9. So we have a shared lucky number.
I don't like 4, but I do like 9. I don't like 4.
Yes. That's fair. 4, yeah, you're right. It's like abrasive in a weird way.
It is. This is actually something I wrote down for a conversation one time, is how we feel about numbers.
Like arbitrary feeling about like things.
Yeah.
Like I have certain letters and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, same with numbers.
Yeah, I feel that.
I don't like 4.
You do have a lucky mineral.
Ooh.
But it just says crystal. So
In
that's
general.
a shape. That's a shape, like a structure of a mineral. It is not in fact a mineral. So quartz, I guess.
Yeah, because I think I've never liked, god damn it, I don't remember if June is pearl or if it's amethyst for whatever your birth.
We didn't do our birthstones.
Birthstones.
What are you?
June. Which if it's pearl, then I like that for sure. But for some reason, amethyst is also sticking in my brain, and I'm not because it's pink. I'm not a fan at all.
Moonstone, pearl, and alexandrite.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like pearls, but I also, again, I don't wear pearls very much because when am I a fancy bitch? Rarely.
Mine is aquamarine, then that is it. March has 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is interesting. Careers fit for horses. Rather than a simple and routine job, horses are more suitable for technical and effective work. They say journalism, sales, and translating. I disagree. I think Zoo
I would hate all of those.
Hear me out. Let me finish. These jobs require quick reflexes in improvisation, which I believe is something you have to do as a keeper. You have to be very clever.
You do.
They must be ready for work at all times. That is when you're in your element. Similarly, horses will enjoy jobs that are constantly changing.
And it was.
And I feel like that's accurate.
No, that's true.
They are able to adapt to changing environments where, they just like throw you in different places and hope you figure it out. And they already have a plan when others are still trying to figure things out. So that makes them a strong candidate as politicians or critics.
Politician, no. I could be a fucking critic.
Critic feels accurate.
I can critique the shit out of stuff. Like they said earlier, strong sense of like and dislike. Can I explain why I like or dislike something? No. 4 is a weird number. I stand by it. That is it.
That's so funny. All right, here's the one that's going to get you. Horses are always moving.
Well, I used to be, though. Again, like if we're talking about in my job, when I was a keeper, that worked for me. I was literally always moving.
The way that they're describing it as a
my
way to
brain
reach
is
a
always
goal
moving.
and you start another goal. So once you hit a goal, you start another goal. And I feel like when you stream, you do that.
Yeah, that's
like
just
you have
the
goals
nature.
that you try to achieve.
I don't really have any goals right now, though, actually. I got nothing. I'm floating aimlessly through space.
I'm waiting to see where the family one is, where it like tells us how many kids we're going to have.
It better be. I don't want to know that. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. It better be 0.
All right, I have your prediction for the Year of the Rabbit 2023. It will greatly affect their fortune. On one hand, turbulence will be the norm rather than the exception owing to this influence, while on the other, a few auspicious aspects will favor the horse and temper any such effects. That was a whole lot of fucking horse shit.
Yeah, that
garbage.
was
I don't know what any of that meant.
Money problems, but maybe it'll be fine. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell.
That was gibberish. That was nothing.
That didn't mean shit. Let's see. I'm looking for your love and relationships. Let's see. Those who are already married or have found their life partner will plan for the future as a unit of 2 in a sensible and realistic manner.
Yay.
Consider taking a road trip, or if the 2 of you can, because all work and no play wouldn't do any favors for your romance. Nurture your love. Don't put it on the back burner. I don't think that's an issue for you.
No. Not even a little bit.
I'm not going to read your career prediction. I don't think you need that kind of pressure in your life.
I do not. Thank you.
Yeah. There you go.
Perfect. I love it.
You know, that's kind of funny. I feel like this is the thing I always find really funny is when they're like, oh yeah, but also you two would never get along. And it's like, I think we get along great.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing with these.
That's why I think they're fun, you know?
There's nuances to everybody. There's different aspects to everybody's personality. I feel like you said, I identify more with the things my traditional zodiac says about me. That roasted me alive. That was 100%. That was it.
So I do have one last zodiac for us to look at before we call it for the day, and that is the primordial.
Oh yeah, which I didn't understand. I don't know what
That's not correct. Primordial is the soup of which we have all been grown from. I meant primal.
Oh, okay. I was like, primordial. All right, what dinosaur is my zodiac?
P word. I don't know. I let the dyslexia take over. Here's the thing. So this is the most wishy-washy one for me, purely out of the fact that they referenced it as being a spirit animal, but as Jessica and I both have said with each other earlier, spirit animal is reserved for Native Americans and is not for other people to use. So this is loosely based on that, but I will say primordial zodiac as a better phrasing.
Primal. You did it again.
Fuck. See, I don't even need it because I can't say it. If this is
pointless, we'll cut it. If it really doesn't mean anything to us.
So the point being, it takes your star sign, Aries, and your Chinese zodiac or lunar zodiac, rat, and gives you an animal. Okay. And so I have yours and mine pulled up.
Ooh. I mean, so we'll call it what animal we resonate with or similar
what animal the stars and the moon say I should be like. So mine is the piranha.
All right, okay.
Mine is a piranha. In nature, the piranha is small but powerful. Yes. In human society, the signs are not all that different from the animal. They are fearless, aggressive, and get what they want every time. Not true, but I try. They are highly career-oriented and use their charm and high energy levels to push forward consistently.
High energy.
Inaccurate because in my job, I do the same thing every single day, and I am okay with that. I do think when I was a little bit younger, though, I was more like that. I think I've been scarred.
Yeah. This doesn't take into account any of the trauma that we've received.
Yeah. It's just like at a base level. Why did I decide to read these things? That was a terrible choice.
Your idea.
It's okay. Everything's fine.
You're killing it. You got this.
So anyway, I'm a piranha. There you go.
Piranha. I like it, though.
Just think about
Small
the animal.
Fierce.
I would like to point out what's really funny is that I've actually seen piranhas, and when they say they are fearless and aggressive,
they're not. No,
I want you to know
they're
they
not
are
at all.
Cowards.
They are so cowardly.
They are scaredy cat little fish. I have fed them. I have thrown food into their tank, and they
run,
swim away from it. They're cowards.
They don't have legs. Yeah, no, I was gonna say the same thing. At the first zoo that I worked at, we had piranhas also, and exactly the same. You put food in their tank, and they're like, ah, which is all. So it's just such a Hollywood, thing for piranhas that they're voracious little eaters.
I think it's very funny the way that they're like describing it. I understand that it's like not incredibly accurate, but it's just funny that they're charming, sly, and able to manipulate people without them noticing. Why in the world would you associate that with a piranha? Yeah. What about the piranhas fish don't have made to be you sly think that?
If they're just if you're going off of the Hollywood representation anyway, they're not sly. They're direct as fuck. They just go eat you.
That's more of my, Slytherin trait. That's what that is. Okay, so that's mine. I want you to take a guess at what you think yours is. Because I saw it this morning and it was like, this is
that's
so
right.
funny.
You were like, I'm not going to tell. I feel like something underground or something. Am I a mole? Am I a little
Jessica,
mole man? What?
Welcome to your primal astrology zodiac. You are a hermit crab.
Oh, I was so close. I hide. I was close, but also I'm a crab.
So funny. I read it and I was like, bro, this is so her already.
See, I was like, mole, turtle. That's in the same. Turtle was going to be my second guess.
Oh my god. I don't even feel like this is an accurate description of what it is, where it's like, hermit crabs regularly move between homes, jobs, and relationships because they constantly change shells as hermit crabs. No. I wouldn't say that's accurate.
I hate change. This is not accurate at all. I didn't want to move.
You will finally settle down and feel comfortable once you find the perfect fit. Now, that feels a little more accurate. They don't desire to become rich and famous. Instead, they desire true love and adventure. This is highly contradictory sign whose thoughts often don't even make sense to themselves.
I mean, that's... I go around in circles with my own brain, girl, all the time. That's true.
Members of this sign have a hard time accepting things as they are, and though they talk about a lot about how they are going to make things better, they often just move on instead.
Yes. Yeah, non-confrontational. This is true.
This sign lacks true confidence and has a tendency to put on a false front, hoping others won't realize
You
how
bet your
uncertain
ass
they are
I
about
do.
themselves and the direction of their lives. God damn.
Welcome to my Twitch stream. I feel great today. How's everyone doing?
The beginning of this started off rough, but it is getting more accurate the deeper we go. Oh my god. Sometimes this mask takes the form of bravado and a who cares attitude.
Yep. I'd much rather be seen as, like, too cool to talk to or, like, I don't give a fuck than anything. I've always wanted to be the Daria, you know, the cool goth girl, like you said, with the horse. I would love to be that, but I don't. I care so much because I'm a little cancer crab.
Jessica, this last paragraph is about to pin you to the wall by the throat. Hermit crabs like to pretend they don't care about much, as if caring were a sign of weakness, but in reality long for love and acceptance. They want to feel like they belong, but deep down they are so independent. They are also independent spirits who want their lives to be adventurous and meaningful. Emotional swings are not uncommon, nor is seeking help of a therapist.
I haven't done that yet.
No, but you want to.
I want to, but I'm paralyzed.
Members of this sign need to learn how to accept life as it is and not try to control everything if they want to find a balance and happiness in their lives. Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
I told you, man. It was coming for you.
They got me. They got me.
That's so funny.
Still nothing about what I thought being the hermit crab was going to mean, though. The retreating and withdrawing is what it's about, not the...
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to be in there, but I think they actually got you much more nailed to the wall.
At the end. Well,
there are a couple other paragraphs in there, but let me see if you have any cool famous actors. Let me just take it. Harrison Ford, that's all you need to know.
Is a hermit crab?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
That's all you needed. I'm not going to read anyone else because you don't want to know about anyone else. Oh, Nelson Mandela. He's kind of cool.
Oh, I knew that. I feel like I remember that. We might have the same birthday because I feel like I knew. It
has the birthdays on here.
Oh.
What's your birthday?
June 23rd.
This is July 18th.
Never mind. I don't know why that sounded like it was something in my brain. I know. I think like Meryl Streep and I have the same birthday.
Maybe.
I think.
I need to know what Jane Austen character I am based on my zodiac.
Fucking true. Fucking true. It's gonna, whatever that is though, is gonna hurt my feelings because I'm gonna be the little one who settles for, probably not because I didn't settle, but you know, I'm gonna be one of the sad side characters. You know what? I would probably be the little like sort of bestie in Emma. The one who just follows what Emma says and is like, whatever you want. That probably
lets her heart get broken, even though she just wants to love her one man.
She believes anytime anybody tells her like that somebody loves her, but that she's not good enough for the man that she actually that's me. I'm that little girl.
Oh my god.
Called it.
I feel like I would probably be one of the Bennett sisters.
Yeah, you're one of the goofy ones. Would you be the one that runs away with Mr. Wickham?
Probably not.
Yeah. The other one, you might be the second one. Although I feel like she's not in charge enough. She's a follower.
I'm Mrs. Bennett.
That's more likely, yes.
Mrs. Bennett.
You know what? I had a great time overanalyzing every single aspect of our personality today.
Well, I think what's fun is that we actually haven't really compared anything besides our like suns, so it was kind of fun for me to get to explore a little bit more of like what we have together and what's different and stuff. So that was fun for me. I think it's one thing to read it yourself and then be like, oh damn, that's true, but to also then have somebody else say, no, that's true. Yeah, I think this is you, and you're like, god damn it. Like, no, that is accurate, no matter how much you don't want it to be. It's not just your own brain saying, yes, I'm the worst person. It's, no, somebody else also agreeing, yeah. Yeah, you got something going on there. You should look into that. Sick, thanks. Good time. I loved it. Wow. Well, Jessica, thank you for being here today with me. I love you so much. We should watch, like, Bridgerton or something after this. Oh my god, we should. So, if you want to catch Jessica and I elsewhere, Jessica and I both stream on Twitch. I am at The Curious Alice. She is at The It's Jessica Woot
No, the
accounts. Also, those are the same over on Twitter. I spend a lot of time on Twitter, so if you want to partake in the ha-has, the hee-hees, and the giggles over there, that is where I will be. But thanks for hanging out today, and we will catch you all next time.
Yay! Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye-bye now.